Lukey is here with us right now, mostly because we want to show you that he is doing well and back at tugging hair and things. I'll let go of my hair, mister. Oh, thank you. But we had a pretty big scare with him on Saturday, and it started out just like a wonderful, lovely time with the family. I think all of us were all together in the living room except for Bailey, right?
Yeah, we were all just hanging out.
We were just hanging out. Christopher and I were sitting on the floor with the kids, and Luke was actually like giggling up a storm. It was so cute. He was just giggling, having the best time, and Duncan was like playing with them, and they were just being the sweetest little brothers.
Duncan was booping him on the nose. Like,
yeah.
Boop. And he was giggling.
And he was laying on his back and just giggling and like so happy. He was just giggling and he got so excited that he actually vomited, which is something that Luke does sometimes due to however his insides are built. He had eaten dinner about an hour before, and the food that came up was very much like his orange pureed sweet potato. And he kind of went to the side, and every other time this has happened, he's been able to clear it pretty much on his own. I got really close to him right away, and his eyes looked really worried and his hands started shaking like this, and he wasn't making any noise. And I know that when somebody isn't able to make noise, that's a very clear sign that they are choking. So right away we knew that something was very wrong, and Christopher grabbed him, turned him over, and did a baby Heimlich on him, which was a series of thrusts on his back. And I think it took about 4 or 5, but then Luke was able to clear what was stuck in there.
And he was still like shaking and like not breathing the way he normally does.
Yeah, right after.
It was a lot of like cuddling and checking him and making sure that he was okay. And he actually spit up some more on my shoulder. I think he did on you too. Like,
yeah, and then he grabbed me and he just didn't want to let go of me, and he was so sweaty, and he was just like clammy feeling and just like very different. So I immediately called the on-call pediatrician to try to ask what to do. In hindsight, in the future will call 911. I didn't realize that even after we'd cleared something that it would probably still be smart to call 911. That was a mistake on my part, and I'm glad that I know it for the future. But we did call an on-call pediatrician who said that since she couldn't check him out and hear his lungs, check his oxygen, etc., that she thought the best thing would be to go to an urgent care, but it was after hours, so we went to the emergency room. And actually not we, Christopher at that point took Lukey.
So we went to the emergency room together. He did not like it. He was very upset the whole time. All the new faces and people poking and prodding him. He's been just used to like Zoom calls lately. He hasn't really like seen people. So that was kind of new for him. Hi. Yeah. And so they checked his temperature. They checked my temperature as well. Everything was like very socially distanced and everything at the hospital. Felt safe there. His temperature was good. His oxygen level was at 100%. And the doctor came in and listened to his lungs. He said that it sounded clear, but they wanted to do a chest x-ray just in case. He didn't like any of the process at any point. Anytime someone touched him, when they took his temperature under his arm, he screamed like I had never heard him scream before. And then they'd leave and I'd calm him down, and then they'd come back in and he'd start back up again.
It was also past his bedtime because he was about to go to sleep when all of this happened. Like we were just having a last little like family togetherness time. And then obviously we were like, well, we don't want to put him to sleep right now. Like we didn't know what to do. So that was part of the reason why we called the doctor. And like, he
got a chest x-ray. He actually was pretty interested in the x-ray machine because it had a cool light on it. Like he was just like, that was the quietest moment. I don't know if I told you that. It was the quietest moment of the whole thing. Is he was like, what is this? Like he got really interested. A little while later, the doctor came in and said, yeah, we found something on the chest x-ray. There's some fluid in his lungs, and we don't want that to turn into pneumonia if it's not already considered that. So the best way to fight that getting infected is to put him on antibiotics. So they put him on a 5-day antibiotic. He's still on the antibiotic. And they were checking his oxygen the whole time that he was there, and it never dipped below 98. I think 94 is like super danger town, but above that is okay, and 100 is the best. It's a percentage.
Hi, sweetie.
As you can see,
your mama.
as you can see, he's back to his normal old self. Back to smiling, back to breathing without gargling sounds.
Oh, back to smooches.
So in the following days, we went to his pediatrician and he got a full like checkup from the pediatrician. He sounds good, his oxygen level is good, and he went over sort of the test results from the hospital. He agreed to keep him on the antibiotics, so that's where we're at right now with him.
And in hindsight, like looking back, there really was nothing that we could have done differently as far as preventing it from happening. Aside from the fact that I will say with him, we're always trying to be really cautious with proceeding with foods. And the food that he had actually aspirated on and had the issue with was something he'd had at lunch, which he ate fine, and he's been eating for like a week or two with no problem at all. It was just the fact that it came up in the vomit and then covered his windpipe.
He was flat on his back, so it came up and then it probably surprised him, and when you get surprised, you gasp. So he probably just breathed in whatever popped up. And,
yeah, I actually had like kind of an emergency meeting with his occupational therapist as well. Like we called every sort of support that we have to try to make sure we're doing our best to prevent it and also be prepared if and when it happens again, because I'm kind of assuming that this is something that might happen again with him. One thing that we did, me and the older kids, when Christopher was at the hospital with Luke, was I sat them down and had them watch and practice baby CPR again. They did watch some of the videos on YouTube, I think when I was pregnant, but I wanted them to have a refresher. I also wanted to talk with them about if that had happened when Christopher and I weren't right there, because it was a completely innocent, sweet moment, and the kids often are in the room with him, and Christopher and I will be in the kitchen not far off, or upstairs and not far off, but not right there. And I wanted to talk to them about like, okay, please still come and get mommy and daddy. Like maybe one kid can get mommy and daddy and one kid can maybe start up the CPR, but I don't want you to think that this is something you should take on by yourself. And I also want to make sure you are prepared in case that's what needs to happen. We really went over that a lot. And I do feel like I learned that I could have called 911 even after I felt that he was cleared and safe. And if it had taken longer, the Heimlich stuff, I would have called 911, but it all happened very fast, and Christopher did manage it in the amount of time that felt like a safe amount of time.
And the doctor at the ER said I did a good job, so that was good to hear.
So if you guys have been following our videos, you might be aware that Lukey has a little micro deletion on one of his chromosomes, and that has different things that it can do for his body. So he has a lower muscle tone throughout his left side, and he just has like some swallowing and feeding issues that we're still learning about and learning how to navigate. And he has professionals who oversee all of that, and we feel like we're in really good hands and working with great people, and we're so grateful. Another thing that Christopher and I will be doing is we are going to get some training on listening to Luke's lungs. So if he does have some things that we think might be aspiration issues, which means that you get things in your lungs, we will be trained on listening with a stethoscope and really being able to hear in his lungs if we need to take him into a doctor or to the hospital or something sooner. So we're trying to get as trained as we can be, and we do feel very supported. It's just something that is an element of raising a child whose body isn't typically responding to foods the way we've been comfortable with our other kids with foods, like with feeding stuff. So we're just learning as we go. I don't believe that there's anything we could have done to prevent this, which also makes me very aware of the fact that there is a likelihood of it happening again. And I just want to be as prepared as I can be and have the people who are his caretakers just be aware of it as a possibility and how to handle it. And I will say that the large majority of times that he's had something like this, he's been able to clear it on his own, and that's a really great thing. We just are also aware that there might be times when he needs assistance, and to be aware of how to assist him best. That's our little Lukey. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi.
Are you doing better now? You doing better now?
You doing all better? I love you. Ooh, what a strong boy with your left hand. That's good shaking. Shake, shake, shake. What a strong boy. It's a good job. Oh, big jumps. Also, his top 4 teeth are like bulging at his gums, and I can tell they're gonna bust through any day now. So Luke has a lot going on these days.
And he's crawling.
And he's crawling. He just started crawling. Oh.
Oh, celebrate crawling.
Celebrate, 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 celebrate crawling.
Crawling.
Wanna get the camera? Wanna get the camera? I love you.